American activist Helen Keller is known worldwide as an extraordinary woman who achieved much in spite of her profound disability of being both deaf and blind. Most of us would probably assume this dual sensory disability is relatively rare, but there are more than 300,000 Australians who are deaf-blind, and an Access Economics report predicts that with an ageing population, that figure will top 1 million by 2050. Support groups say there's a drastic lack of specialised services that leaves many isolated and depressed. But with more support, they can lead fulfilling lives. Natasha Johnson reports.
Right on the wild side.
City shows are a carnival of colour and noise. But imagine if you couldn't hear and couldn't see. This is the dark and silent world of the deaf-blind. People like Heather Lawson, whose only way of experiencing the world is through smell, taste and touch. She also can't speak, and her only way of communicating is through a complex tactile version of sign language, where she feels rather than sees the signs.
Heather's just asking about the ride freestyle, what their faces look like. Some are screaming, some are smiling, some people, they look sick, like they're about to vomit.
A simple outing like this is only possible with the help of a specially trained support worker. While Heather Lawson has a support worker by her side for about 20 hours a week, most of the time she's on her own, living independently, travelling on public transport and hoping passing strangers will notice and assist when she needs help.
Oh, yeah.
When I can't communicate with hearing people, I feel very, very lonely. I walk with my cane, but I'm not aware of people around me. But it's a very, very sad feeling to be alone.
52-year-old Heather Lawson manages to live by herself thanks to a variety of aids like a vibrating pager, which alerts her to the phone, doorbell or smoke alarm. But 25 years ago, she could never have believed it was possible. She has a genetic disorder called Usher syndrome and was born deaf, a disability she says she dealt with fairly easily. But losing her sight in her 20s was terrifying.
I wanted to kill myself, really. It was so frightening, not knowing about the environment when I was out there. Frightened of the world, really, frightened of everything.
They sit at home in absolute isolation with no support from anywhere.
Celestine Hare heads the charity Able Australia, which provides specialised services to the deaf-blind. She says it's wrongly assumed to be a rare disability, yet a report it commissioned by Access Economics found that more than 332,000 Australians are affected at a cost to the community of $10 billion a year.
Deaf-blindness is a unique disability. It's been a forgotten disability, and the simple reason it's being forgotten is that the numbers are considered not significant.
With an ageing population, the number of sufferers is tipped to top 1 million by 2050.
It is a problem that's going to get worse.
Heather Lawson has a sister Jeanette and a brother Alan who also have Usher syndrome. Their parents had to cope with 3 of their 6 children being born deaf, then going blind in adulthood.
It was devastating to the whole family, you know. But it was just, again, another hurdle we had to get over with them. Sometimes I think, could they have had a little bit more of my sight or my hearing? I think we all take too much for granted.